Hello everybody, welcome back. Apologies for the short break in transmission. A few technical gremlins unfortunately, but hopefully you're back with us now and watching and all good. We've done nothing since you left us, so don't worry, in the middle of just seeing Sheena with that background there. She hasn't finished it. I don't think she has. Hope not. Oh, good news. So we're going to go back to where we were just a few moments ago, and we've got a few more comments and questions which we'll read. So where were we up to?
We were doing some little bulrushes in the foreground.
Yes.
With the bullet point, and this just shows how cool these pens are. So that's the bit now where we're going to just do some little twiggy bits as well.
That's amazing.
Make it look so that is, there's like, you know, when you get those little thorny bits and stuff like that, and when you're doing the bulrushes, don't do a solid black line.
No.
Just do a scribbly bit and a little...
What pen are you using there now?
This is still the one from the Aquas.
Oh,
this is the
okay.
black. It's such a fine bullet point. It's really good pen. And you get the really nice detail with it. Actually, I'm like well impressed because you really need just the fine. And then you've got little... What you're doing is you're creating a foreground and a midground and distance. So your eyes kind of like being led into that scene that you've created. You could put some little twiggy bits and bits down here as well, just as if it's, you know, on the kind of the grassy kind of...
It's just incredible that you've created that and showed us how you've done it. And if you hadn't showed us how you've done it, we would have thought that's something that you would have spent hours and hours and hours creating.
Yeah, and imagine if you want to gift these, if you just put a nice greeting, a Christmas greeting, a winter greeting.
Yeah.
Again, your Christmas stamps would go on there really nicely. But a lovely winter greeting on there would be perfect. And what you've used, one black pen and one sparkle pen. That's it. That's it. That's your cost for the whole of that scene and that card.
Like you say, a bit of matting and layering on a card, sentiment. I mean, that is absolutely incredible. There's no other words to describe that.
It's cool, isn't it? It's really, it's just a nice thing to look at. And so hopefully that's answered the winter colours for you.
Yeah.
For that.
And as you said, you know, once you've picked up that technique of doing it with drawing the lines, you're going to make beautiful watercolour cards like that. I mean, think about how many of those you could make in a sitting. If you're making them to sell. Oh,
absolutely. I mean, that's how quick.
Yeah.
How quick.
Yeah.
And everyone's an original. There's no angel policy limitation at all on this because it's an original. Everything you've done on there is you.
And again, you think about the different colours that you can use, all of the different seasons that you'll be able to create the different scenes with as well.
Craig, I was thinking I was going to do one earlier for him. I thought, like, you know, like in Scotland, you know, the hills and the heather.
Yes.
So you put a little bit of pink on the top of these little mounds here and over and a little bit further back and then blend it and it looks like you've got fields of heather. Would be lovely, wouldn't it? Pretty and hills in the background.
It's just an incredible technique, and what I love about it is that it is achievable for all. You know, even if you've never tried this before, aren't you now going to be thinking to yourself, oh, I've got to get some watercolour card stock, I'm going to jump in and get these sparkle pens as well. They're on a buy two, get one set for free. We'll recap on those, just a few comments and a couple of questions. Thank you, Sheena, says Crafting Queen. Your shows are always brilliant, but you have surpassed yourself today. I think even I can make this work. And you say, I can't even draw a stick man. I just need to remember, don't overwork it.
Don't overwork it. Just put the brush down, pen down, walk away. Not going to see, man.
Samantha says, I know, Ben, that's what it looks like, a magic paint. It doesn't look like a magic paintbrush. It is just one of our royal brushes. There's no magic involved there. Quick couple of questions again. What about cardstock? I've seen a couple of times. You know, if you get the cardstock in the packet, a few people are asking how you know which is the front and back of that one. Is one more fibrous than the other? We're going to have a look.
Yeah, bear with.
We'll have a look for you. Bear with, caller. Here we go.
Yeah, I don't know if it's got any difference.
Not much difference.
I'll tell you what, I've got a bit here.
Okay.
Let's try a little bit of a line and water. We'll not do the whole thing again. So
No.
Let's just put a line there and we'll wet it. And say, yeah, oh, look at that go. Whoa, lovely, that's what we want. And then you get your lake underneath, look at that. Yeah. A bit more water. That's working a treat, that is, that side. So let's try t'other side.
Okay.
And we'll try a line there.
Love this. You ask, we will find out for you.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh, yes.
Ah.
I can't see any difference, Ben.
No.
I would say don't worry about it.
No, don't worry too much.
Yeah. Lovely.
Marvellous. Thank you. That was for you, Hannah. And Roxanne just asked, she says, I have all the aqua pens, a couple of them are now dry. Can I add water to revive and reactivate, or once they're dry, that's it? Is it with the aqua pens, really?
The water base, so technically you could try, there's no harm in trying. I don't know how you would take the ends off and put the water in.
I don't know if you...
Maybe pull the nib out and put the water in. It's you know what, rather than bin them, I would use a pipette. Like, it's incredible how little ink is in there. You'd be like 1 drop of water max. Yeah. You'd have to leave them to stand then for a day or two till it all smushes and merges together, then try them. If it doesn't work, wait for a minute. They'll be on a special again shortly if it doesn't work. But, just make sure you put the lids on thoroughly, really tight, and just use them because they're so cool. Well, look, this is as I said earlier, my Desert Island colouring product, of all of them, aqua pens. Yeah. For sure. They're like a Swiss Army knife of your colouring product.
And I will show you this deal in just a second. Just one final one for now. And this is brilliant. This is what we want. These are what these shows are for. The questions. This is so good. This is what we're great at as a channel. Getting the interaction, asking your questions and getting them answered. So as far as the brush is concerned, Anne wants to know, how wet does the brush need to be when you're doing this technique? Is it
pretty wet.
Pretty wet, okay.
Let me show you in picture. I'll bring this in.
Yeah.
Right, so say we've got this line again. So, right, there's another line there, okay? Now, I've got the brush here, and I haven't, normally I blot it, I blot it onto my piece of paper when I'm painting normally. Yeah. All I'm doing is taking off the excess off that brush onto the side, and then that's it.
So it's almost like a little flick onto the side, that's it?
It needs to be, that's it. And then if you want it to stop wicking as much, just dry it. See the way I lifted the water up a little bit, because I didn't want it to run any further. Okay. That's what you'll get used to, is you'll get more control over it the more you do. Like the lake, if I didn't want that to run as much, I could dry the brush slightly more. I didn't put quite as much water on there, can you see? Yeah. But you can always go back over it again.
That's it.
And wick it out there, but you do need quite a bit of water. Normally, when I'm painting, I'll say this was a regular brush to paint with, let's say the round brush, I'd wet it and I always blot it, and I'm painting like this. So I would literally wet the brush, blot it, drag it, see, using hardly any water on the brush. But look at the control I've got there, you can't even see a brush mark. A bit of advice as well, if you can get the things that are on the special, like the sparkle pens, like the card bundle that we just talked about, if you can add 1 set of pens, aquas to it, if you haven't got aquas yet, add those, the essential set. Yeah. Now, what's happening here as well is what I was talking to Craig about earlier. There's a thing in ink, and you know what, I don't get out much, that's what I'm blaming it on then. I've got this thing about collecting fountain pens as well now.
Oh, yeah?
I love fountain pens. I've got so many fountain pens, from pocket fountain pens to full set to vintage ones with flexible nibs. And there's this thing in the fountain pen world called chromatography, right? Which I knew I'd used in stamping. I'd seen it happen, but I went, it's a thing. And what that is, it's the way ink splits into its component parts, right? So I'm trying to think how that would look cool. I don't know if we could make this look cool. I know we've gone off topic.
We have, but we let you go, Sheena, because it's always good when you go off topic.
I'm just wondering if this would, this is very basic flower shape, but I'm hoping you'll be able to see what's just happened here. So lots of water. What happens is the black ink is made up of other colours, not just black. And what happens is they split into the component colours, the colours that make up that ink, and you get maybe blue. Can you see where it's going bluey rather than black? But then you'll get like a browny colour in it as well. If I show you this little dot that I've been playing with just there with that water. But look at how that's moving on that card. That's just the card in the pack as well, guys. That's so good that you can get that movement still. That's really cool. But so you've got, see the way you've got this little wicking around the outside of that edge of the flower, but can you see the colours inside? Look, and then, that's the other thing. Look, if you drop water in it, you're going to get it moving even more. Look. Yeah. Can you see? Right. We've got like a blue colour here. Then you've got like a brown. Can you see this brown colour?
Yeah, coming through.
That's the chromatography of the ink. That's the makeup of the ink. And that is with these this effect, the draw the line effect, that's really cool. People are doing that with like really expensive inks and painted on freehand. So the fact you can do that in a set of incredibly affordable pens is pretty good in my book. But that's what it's all about, this different colour. You know, I like that. That's funky. You see the way it's dropping the colour on it. So if you do a background and then just keep putting a bit of water on, you can actually as well play around with this with bleach if you want as well. But, you know, just make sure that it's well ventilated and dilute it, you know, at least 50-50. And that will also change some colours in your inks as well. But that's really cool that you get those different splits of colours from that one pen.
So that's the Essentials set. If you want to get the sparkle pens, these are on the show for you on a buy two get one free set. And actually, when you look at all the different colours that you're getting here, lots of different colours to create and draw those different lines, to create those different scenes and create those different backgrounds for the different seasons, if you like. So buy two get one free. That price at the bottom of the screen, remember, is your gold price, not the platinum price. 2078 is gold, 3038 is gold. We'll get the platinum price for you in just a second. But the soft pastels, you're going to get the rose quartz, also your soft jade, and then your moonstone. You're also going to get the Essentials Brights, which is your firefly. You've got your pink garnet, and then you've got your aquamarine, which was one which Sheena just used a few seconds ago. And then you've also got your earthy naturals as well, which is your harvest moon, your smoke quartz and holly leaf. So gold price £20.78. Platinum price is under £20. I think it was £19. It was under £20. And it's under $30 if you're shopping in the US. $19.48 if you're platinum, under $30 if you're shopping in the US and your platinum. We're going to have a look at the Duet ink pads. Now, we've got 11 of these in the selection, not the 12. All right, so just the 11. The one which you haven't got is the lemon meringue. So I will cover that one up. That one you do not get, but you get all of the others within the set as well. And these are absolutely incredible, as you're going to see with Sheena. I keep not trying to show you me dodgy finger, but it is easier to cover it up me. Apologies about that. I'll get a bit of sympathy coming through in a minute.
Oh.
Ben. All 11 colours you're going to get here for £49.60, £74.40 if you're gold. The platinum price is obviously less than that, but you're going to get all of these fantastic colours in lemon. No, you're not getting that one, Ben. You just said you're not getting that. Sunshine Glow, Sweet Clementine, Rosy Apple, Spring Buds, Awakening Forest. I love the names of these. Your Sailor's Wake, Waterfall, Raspberry Ripple. I used to love a Raspberry Ripple ice cream.
Raspberry Ripple is nice. Yeah.
Yes, please. Vintage Merlot, Soft Heather, and then your Midnight Mist in there as well. These all come, again, in these really sort of unique design ink pads. I believe they were designed because they're going to fit in your hand a lot easier, aesthetically pleasing.
Ergonomic, aren't they?
And ergonomic, that's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
But also, because I've noticed a lot more with these, say, as opposed to the other ink pads that we've got, our experts sort of take them into the cardstock as is. So it's good that you've got like the big end to go in for bigger sort of swoops of colour.
And a little bit, yeah.
A little bit of detail.
Yeah, absolutely.
And for people perhaps who are seeing these for the first time, I know we touched on these earlier on, how are these different perhaps ink pads that people have already got at home? Why do you love them so much?
Well, these ones are the newest in the group. These have got a different formulation. These dry to a completely flat, chalky finish. That's the biggest thing. But at the end of the day, to look at it, that's the big difference. It's flat. So if you like the flat chalk finish, that's the main thing they're going to notice. Then they layer up. Let me show you what they've got. Technique thing here. Let me take you through here, because we've got a technique book. So things that you can do is you can, it actually works really well on gessoed backgrounds, as I said earlier. So gessoed paper, fair enough, but you can also use your regular ink pads on paper. But what I love is that if it goes onto gesso, then you can use them on all those things, those 3D elements around the house, upcycle stuff. You can apply the ink with a blending tool, so the brushes will be back in stock. We're waiting for them to come back in. They were phenomenally popular. They went in no time. But you see how they full bleach really well. I'm going to show you that one that I had started a bit back. We'll do a background with it and then you can see.
Wow.
You can spritz or flick water over the background and heat dry to get different layering techniques. What is this one? Apply an ink pad direct to the card, drag the ink pad past the surface and basically, direct to the paper with the ink pad. This is baby wipe blend. What's this? Apply ink direct to the card from the pad to the top part of your card. Blend out over the card using a baby wipe.
Wow.
Blended it out with a baby wipe. That's new to me. I haven't seen that one again.
No, me neither.
I stopped then and was like, what?
Blend out with a baby wipe.
Notice how my inner monologue was held steady and you would never have known. I'm really cool at being cool, aren't I?
You are cool at being cool.
So cool at being cool. Baby wipe pounds. Well, they're liking baby wipes in this book.
They are.
Lay colour down onto a glass mat, spritz slightly, pick up on a scrunched up baby wipe. So basically it's a way of like applying a lesser amount of the ink.
Okay.
And using a brayer. I'm just going to flick through these because there's like kind of variations on this. Craft matte smoosh. So basically put it on your craft mat, smoosh it on your card. Watercolour wash. Put it on the thing, pick it up on the wash. I tell you what works great is bubble wrap as well, things like that. You can, bubble wrap print, how spooky, I didn't even say that.
Ooh.
Whoa, ba, 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 ba. Then lift the ink through a stencil so you can lift the ink out. It full bleaches really well. We'll try it on this bit of card.
Could you do as well? I'm just going back to, by the way, because Craig was watching the last show that you and I did together with the aluminium foil.
Yes.
That was incredible.
Yeah, you love that,
Craig didn't stop talking about that for about a week.
He said he's been doing that.
Yeah.
So applying ink through the stencil smoosh and stamp. We've got spritz water through the stencil and lift colour with the stencil. So that again is a variation on that theme. Use ink with the gesso. So you can apply ink colour direct from the ink pad to the centre of the card. So basically mixing the ink with the gesso to create a gessoed coloured background. I'm going to flick through these, but you can see, guys, there's loads here. What's that one? Heat embossing, paper towel lift. Some of them look like you're going to split an atom by the time you finish. Look at that. We're going to need another 2 hours for me just to read that lot. I feel like it's really easy, guys. Draw the line and add some water. That's more my technique. A line and water. I'm out with this. Yeah, I'm out. So then we've got the applying direct to black card.
Is that like a drip
and drag
technique?
along the surface. That's not black card. That's white card in the background, isn't it?
Oh, do you know what it is? Isn't that the back of each one? So that's the last one.
That's why it's making no sense.
I've just twigged.
I'm sorry, guys, but just say heads up next time.
Yes, read the back. So yes.
But that's there, you see. That's what's thrown me. That's that. Yeah. That you think would be that, wouldn't it?
Yeah, no.
It hasn't followed.
No, it hasn't at all.
Right. Well, your instructions will be clearer than this. Just saying. But look, all those bonny things you can do with them.
Yes, bonny things was what we'll go with.
And until I've had a try, I'm not gonna, you know, I'll try and simplify it for you is what I'm saying. But yeah, black card works on black card. That's the biggie because it's opaque. That was diluting it down into like the main reasons is the chalky finish, the fact that they are opaque on a dark background. You can use them on coloured card and they layer on one colour on top of another. Once you heat set them, you can put another colour on top and it won't lift. So that there being said, I've got a background. Shall we play with them?
Let's play.
Alrighty. I've got 2 bits of card. I've got this one ready that I did previously, just on card, not gessoed. That's just the ink on there. But this is ready to play with. But we may as well move on and we'll put another one here. We'll start inking this one as well. And we'll come back to that, Ben, right? So let's do 2 at a time, just so you can see how they work, you know, in kind of different backgrounds, but same technique. So you'll get a different look with each one. So the gesso background, the reason it'll become clearer when I start doing this, the gesso will always be paler, okay? Because gesso's got a chalky background. So can you see how much less vibrant that is?
Yeah.
But it's a really nice marriage because gesso, by definition, means gypsum or chalk in Italian.
Is that right?
Yeah, and if you play gesso, how do you pronounce it? online, you've got a lovely Italian lady saying, gesso. Ciao, baby. Ciao, baby.
You said
Prego.
gesso.
Yeah. Mi amo, Sheena, with the gesso. That's all I know.
So it's definitely gesso, because some people call it gesso, don't they?
Yeah, that's right, but it is gesso. Yeah.
Gesso.
Gesso. Yeah.
I like your Italian accent.
Yeah, you like it? Yeah.
A lovely language, isn't it, Italian?
Oh, well, it's a gorgeous language. I wish I'd learned that in school, you know, rather than French. Because I didn't do much good with French.
No?
You think you go okay, and then you go to France and you go, what? But then, hello, we can't see anything, can we? We can't understand each other.
Well, that's it. What did you say?
Eh? What did you
Who? What?
Eh? Just nod and smile.
Do you know what I find frustrating is I've been to France a few times and I speak a bit of the old franglais. I like to give it a go.
Yeah.
But I think the French people see us English coming a mile off and they just automatically speak English.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, just speak French because I want to have a go at with my really bad French. But yeah, I agree with you though. I wish I'd maybe learn a bit of Italian or even Spanish.
English is better than our French as well.
Yeah,
we're great over here in the UK. I mean, and you know, I'm sure there are people who are amazing, but as a general rule, you know, we don't do the languages like as good as some other countries do.
Definitely not. I think we English are terrible at generally with our languages. Thank you, by the way. We'll have to see if we can get pictures up. I don't want to tempt fate because we had a few gremlins. But Carol, thank you. You just said, hi, Ben. I sent in a picture of Lake Michigan showing my neighbour's yard during a sailboat regatta. We are up on I don't know what this, we are up on a bluff avove the lake. What does that mean? We're up on a, I don't know what that means. Charlotte, maybe what you could do, you could send them to me if we want to show them. I can show them on my tablet, potentially. We could do that. So then, because I worry that, because we've got gremlins, we might then blow the system up if we show them on the screen.
So don't blow the system up.
No, yeah. We've got just 25 minutes, so we want to try and do it all in one go. Hi, Jean F, who's joined us. Also, Brenda Monroe, who loves the colours. Amy Kay says, I love my duet ink pads. And Wanda Sexton says, a chance to sit and relax with Sheena and Ben. Nap time for the littlies.
Ah.
You'll be... Yeah, go on.
Yeah, so what I'm saying, Ben, it takes a while to build this up. The brushes are quicker. They are so much quicker. But just to show you, you can do it without them. It just takes a little bit longer. But can you see how we've got that really diffused look going on there? I want to bring in the, maybe still a little bit of the bluey colour. And then I'm going to maybe go with a little bit of greeny colour towards the bottom. So I'm just going to continue here. And just continue that.
Linda says, I'm using Duolingo to learn Italian right now.
I saw that. I think that's where I got mi amo from, and then that was it. That was as much. It was almost as successful as my shorthand, Ben. That was it.
Oh yeah, remember you talking about your shorthand?
Yeah, P&D. That was it. I was out after that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But.
Oh, Duolingo. I might have to.
Yeah.
Let's check that out.
Good. Yeah.
Try and brush up on the old French a little bit.
Oui.
Très bien.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not doing it now then. Dean just said it costs money. I only want to do it if it's free. It is good to learn new languages. A lot of you know, I learned a bit of sign language better last year. I do want to get back into that and do another class. That was good. That was a local free class that I did for 12 weeks, which was fantastic, actually.
Oh, that's a good thing to know.
It is.
Sure.
Yeah. So which colours have you used here?
So what I'm doing, Ben, I'll recap. I've used the, I'm using Waterfall.
Yeah.
I've used the Spring Buds. And I've used Raspberry Ripple as they're the three I've used for this. And we've got some really pretty, ethereal looking, pretty things happening here.
Absolutely.
So this is I'm going to do butterflies on this one. So I just thought I'd keep it really, like I say, very, very, you know, just pretty and pastel. Like you've got fingerprints everywhere because I'm having to anchor down the card, and then I put another one, I hold it somewhere else. Another one. Oh no, another one. But when we get the texture on that, we'll be fine.
Yes.
You won't see it. So what you can do, as we were saying about, we can lift pattern up and then we can put pattern down. So we've got all these stencils that we can play with. Shall we continue with that? We're good with that?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
We're all good.
So for pattern, for texture, background pattern, the diamond's really cool. I love the diamond. So in this one, this is the Stylish Trio set of stencils and the mixed media stencils, and I'm going to take out this chevron design, which I think is really, really nice. Now, I haven't got a baby wipe, but I have a household cleaning wipe. I'm hoping the card will still be intact after this one. But, so a baby wipe would be a good choice, but the reason these are a bit better than a piece of kitchen paper is that kitchen paper kind of like crumbles quite quickly depending on how fine your kitchen paper is, and also it can be a little bit too wet. This seems very wet actually, so I might be a little bit, yeah, it's a bit splodgy. I really need it to be less wet than they are. They're too good, these ones. We need a little bit, especially because what you'll find is when it's on the gesso, it'll lift even easier than if it's on the...
oh, wow.
It's a cool difference. So this is just the first bit of texture we want on there. And I don't want it all the same, so I'm going to...
I was going to say, I love the way it sort of bled through a little bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
So you've not
just
got
little bits here
uniformity.
Yes, we just little bits here and take some of the moisture out. If you can have a little practice, if you know that little bit too moist, just take some of the moisture out of them. But we've got some cool bits going on there. What you can even do is with the baby wipe, you could crumple it up and even just sit it on the background like this. And can you see how we've got texture going on there? And it's made it even more. Can you look at all that texture coming up?
Yeah, so clever. Really cool effect.
So these are just so much fun to play with. So you've got a really nice, looks kind of like cracked ice kind of finish.
Yeah.
So I'm going to dry that, then we're going to go over with a pattern stencil, then we're going to stamp some butterflies on it.
Okay.
That's the plan. So when I dry this, if there's anything for you to say, Ben.
Oh, there's loads. Lots of chat about Duolingo. Apparently, Linda says it's free, and Amy says you can opt to pay for added enhancements, but the program is free and loads of languages to learn. And Susie says, I really want to learn Spanish. Took French in school for many years. The problem is I can't roll my R's. I don't have the right gene, so I always sound funny. Do you know what? I could never roll my R's, and do you know how I taught myself how to do it?
How?
This sounds ridiculous, but it works, because I could never do it. So if you have a word like... if you have a word like mirror, for example...
Mirror.
Yeah,
Americans say mirror.
So mirror. What you do is you replace the R with the letter D.
Okay.
So you go midder.
Miller.
Midder. And over time, the faster you say it, midder, and the D's become R's. Midder.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. That's how I did it anyway. You're probably thinking he doesn't know what he's talking about. That's exactly what I did. Yeah. Like the word cricket, for example. I used to say cricket, and then the faster you say it, cricket, you get the R's in. So there you go, Susie. You're welcome. But they don't teach you that on Duolingo.
What?
And just whilst we are carrying on, I'm sure this will be a yes in a future show, but just one more stamp from Pflugerville, Texas says, will we show more in future shows using acrylic paints, the acrylic paint set from your first show?
Using what then?
The acrylic paint set from your first show.
You know what? It
in
depends
future shows.
what the guys who make the decisions decide. We
do as we're told.
Put that to them. And if they want shows like that, I'm happy to do them. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, if you keep the comments in, if you keep demanding it, then we'll obviously have to pass it on to the powers that be.
That's the way to get it, to make it happen, guys. Absolutely.
Right. So next step.
Next step, we're going to stencil. Now, this is where you could use those fabulous, wonderful finger dovers. If you want to
oh, yes. They're back in
I
stock.
haven't used them yet, you know.
They're back in stock.
All right, shall I try them?
Yes! Have you got some?
I found them behind me.
Oh, nice one.
I've got them. I've just retrieved them. Look.
Oh, you got some new ones as well.
Nice, isn't it?
Yes.
So I haven't tried these yet, and you put on, you do that, like hula hoops. But
like what? Yes.
Stuck. You do that, don't you? Then eat them off your finger. Yeah.
Do you guys have hula hoops in the US? Yeah, as a kid, you used to put one on each finger. Yeah. I used to struggle to find one big enough to fit on my thumb, though.
Your thumb? Yeah. You can get giant hula hoops now, can't you?
Can you?
I think so, yeah. I'm saying I think so, like I don't know.
But giant
like
as in how big? Like you can put one on your wrist, or?
Yeah, really. A belt.
Bracelet. Put one on your head.
You're in trouble if it rains, though, Ben.
Get a soggy hula hoop on your head.
Your pants around your ankles.
Oh, I really fancy some hula hoops now. The beef flavour ones I love.
I think there's some in the machine out there, you know.
No, did they actually?
Yeah.
I've never
I looked
noticed
earlier.
these.
I was so tempted. I was a good girl. I was there. I was hovering, hovering, and then I walked away. I just walked.
Dear, tempts you, that vending machine out there. I thank you for your pictures, by the way. After this demo, we'll have a look. I've got a couple. I can show you them on my tablet, so we can do that. But I've got your picture, Monica, which we'll show to Sheena
cool.
with your line.
Yeah, definitely like to say that. Fab. So what I'm trying to do is so that it's not completely uniform. It's looking pretty. I'm just saying, just to hear the gravity in my voice, it looks pretty. It looked good. I'll share it with you in a minute. But just taking a bit, you know what, I might have to, I'm going to size up. It's taken a while.
Yeah.
All right? It is great, but more for like precision application.
Yeah.
And when you've only got so much time on a show, I'm just going to use the larger one for now. But yeah, for sure, if you want to be more precise in where you're putting your colour. And what I'm doing is I'm not going over the whole thing with the same intensity. I'm picking bits out, just enough of the pattern to make it look so you can see a bit of swirls going on.
Yeah.
And then I'm moving, so it's breaking it up. You can see pattern on pattern. And that's what makes it look really cool, I think, when you get the layering going on like that. So pretty.
Thank you for the comments coming through. Carol says, I learned sign language in college, but then didn't use it after, so I've lost most of it. And the hula hoops in the US, says Linda, you twirl around your waist and it's made out of plastic. We still have those. What do we call those hula hoops?
Yeah, we do, don't we? Yeah.
So we have those ones, those hula hoops. I tried to learn how to do that in the first lockdown, was absolutely useless.
It's really hot. As a kid, you could do it.
Well, both my kids picked it up and my wife did it as well, but not me. Haven't got the...
I didn't have enough clearance on mine. You have to have a degree of movement going on.
Oh, dear.
I've got this here. Doesn't that look pretty?
That looks amazing, yeah.
Really pretty. So if I lift that up, you've got texture on texture, but it all looks like, I think it looks like confetti, like summer petals blowing in the wind. Summer breeze makes me feel fine.
Yes, blowing like the jasmine in my mind.
That's it. It's a classic. So what I've done is I'm saying it quietly. I've cut the butterflies up, Ben.
What?
I've done it because I could. I looked at it carefully and I saw where you could cut. I've cut these three guys out the middle.
You cut the stamp up?
I have.
What do you like with the stamps?
Well, that Debbie Robinson, what you like,
What do you like?
What, eh? So I've got them split up so that you can make it a bigger, well, let's see. Stay with me, bear with.
Okay.
That's all I'll say is bear with.
Bear with.
Bear with. So let's try. It's a work in progress. I haven't tried it out. We're going to do it together, live. We experience it as we go. I'm going to use a black, the opaque pigment, because we'll go for full drama with this. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to ink these guys up like this, hoping that it's going to be a decent enough, because I'm not using my repositioner or anything. I just want them coming off the page a bit. Like that. Oh, it's broken up a little bit. Don't mind. I can manage with that. I can handle it. It's not the end of the world. I'm going to put these ones. Right. I'm working out where they're going, Ben.
Okay.
Kind of like a bit of a jigsaw.
Beautiful, says Amy. Cool, says Jane. Loving your work, Janet Burgett says. This is really pretty.
Thank you.
And Marianne Johnson says, I only have 2 languages. My first is Geordie and my second is English.
Yay! I think I've just got one. It's just Geordie.
I feel like I picked the language up fairly well when I moved up here.
Yeah, well, you know what? When you live in Evesham and you've got an accent like mine, it's not easy, Ben, I'm telling you.
Do you have to soften your accent a bit then when you're back down south?
Yeah.
When you go home, you speak like this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Hello, I'm from Evesham, you know. But it's funny because apparently they call it Evesham.
Who does?
Yeah, Eveshamites say Evesham.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah, Evesham. Maybe they're just telling me that because it's like you tell the daft.
Yeah, wow.
Don't leave out your teller.
Yeah. We'll wind up the northerner.
Exactly. She's just, no.
Where do you live? Evesham.
Yeah, go on, tell her. I'm going to try these little guys just coming up there like that. So you see how I've managed to extend that whole thing. We've got half a butterfly, bit of carnage there, but we'll not talk about that. It just didn't kind of line up as well. But to just extend it, I'm going to put those little guys flying through there.
Rose asks, can you use stick and spray on the stencils with these ink pads?
I didn't use stick and spray.
But can
I just
you?
held it down. You can use stick and spray if you want, yeah, for sure. But the thing is with stencils, when you do anything on it that's more difficult to clean, you kind of get a little bit too zealous trying to clean them after that. And that's when you can damage your stencils a little bit more than you would not ordinarily. So I tend to like not do anything that might cause them distress. But yeah, look, you got a plethora of butterflies.
Very
with
pretty.
A pretty background. And I've extended it because it wouldn't have been big enough for that there.
Absolutely brilliant. Love that so much. The Duet ink pad selection. Let me recap on everything you're going to get in that, and then we'll do the vote, and then we'll show you pictures as well, because I've got a couple of fantastic pictures that have come through. The Daubers are back in stock, by the way. They're not on the show, but if you search for them, search for ink dauber as well, not finger dauber, because we were looking the other day, or someone messaged the other day, I think it was, saying, oh, they're out of stock, ink daubers, can't find them. The ink daubers are in stock. Ink Dora storage kit is what you want to search for. There you go. There you go. Here it comes. 2-pack. Oh. Oh, I just saw it then on the other screen. It's disappeared. They are on the show. Here we go. £33.60 is, of course, your gold price. £44.80 is your gold price if you're shopping in the US. It's 25% off this price on the screen here, which is £31.50 if you're shopping in the US, or $42 if you're shopping in the US. So the Duet ink pads, just to quickly show you as well, every single one you will get, aside from the lemon meringue, that one has sold out. You can go for the full collection, or well, say it's not the full collection, Ben. You just said it's not the full collection. The 11 that are remaining in this ink pad selection. This is the price that you've got here. Gold price, $49.60, $74.40. But you can buy these individually if you want to. If that's the way that you want to go. Maybe you've already got a few and you've got a particular favourite colour that you want to jump in for. Then you can get your individuals. But the best value for money is to go for the full set, which is on your screen there. And remember, if you just join me again, why do you keep going, that's the gold price, that's the platinum price? That is the platinum price, but it's the gold price this week, because we're giving everybody 5% extra off what they would normally get. It's part of our Club Inspire week. Spend over £10 or $10, you'll get your pin badge. It's $46.50 if you're platinum, or $69.75 if you're shopping in the US. And remember, if you're bronze, normally get 5%, you'll get 10. Silver, normally get 10%, you'll get 15. Gold member, you'll get 20% off, and if you're a platinum member, 25% off. Loads of lovely comments. Jane says, love it, Sheena. I love the fact, she says, be a rebel and cut up those stamps. You don't have to tell us, she's already done it. Rebel without a cause.
I am.
Over there.
I'm all kinds of bad.
What?
I'm all kinds of bad.
All kinds bad. Oh, yeah, does what she wants. Marianne Johnson says, Ben, I think you do Geordie really well. What was that, Dean? No way, man. You have to talk like this, like, you have to say, later on, I'm ganning yum.
Ganning yum.
Ganning yum for some scran, like.
That's right.
Why, aye?
Have you seen the Larn Yourself Geordie book?
The what?
Larn Yourself Geordie book.
Oh, Larn Yourself Geordie?
Larn Yourself
No,
Geordie.
man.
Yeah, it's got all those phrases, like, you know, in the translation, yeah. There's a Geordie driving licence. And the one I love best is there's a cliffside one. You know, the real driving signs where there's like hazard, a cliff, and a car going off the cliff like that.
Uh-huh.
So imagine it just a thing like that in a car, and it's like, you know, cliff edge. The Geordie equivalent is knee stunts.
Knee stunts.
Knee stunts. So basically, don't try to do any stunts off the side of the cliff.
That is brilliant. That is brilliant. Right, aye, like. Proper brilliant, like, man. Len says, Ben, are you going to give us a teaser of something that is on tomorrow? Craig said that you might. I don't think I've got anything here that I can tease you with, actually. I can tell you what, I tell you what is coming up tomorrow. We have got a cartload for you coming up tomorrow, which is going to be amazing. And we've also got a fantastic craft along, which is a slight change to the one which you might have seen advertised. I'll tell you about that in a second, and we'll look at some more products. But let's get the vote going, because I can hear them panicking in my ear. So vote for the demo of the show, and then there'll be a vote for the demo of the day, which I believe, Sheena, you've got all of them.
I
So
have.
take us through what you've made and number them up for us.
So you can see this was number one. Number one, better with or without.
Yeah.
So that's that one there, yeah, with the sparkle pens. And yeah, that's one. Then we did two on request with the winter scene. There you go, that one there. It's number two.
That is
Wow, look at that
pretty
camera
amazing.
work. Boom. And then we've got the little pretty little one that we just did. Pretty with the butterflies with a layered background and the duo ink pads. I've got my favourite. I'm not going to tell you.
My favourite, so you're not going to say?
What do you think I'm going to say?
My favourite's two.
Yeah, me too.
That means everyone's going to vote for two now. Dee's just got to, come on, he's like, one's the winner.
Yeah.
I think it'll be two. But
All the cool kids think it's number two. Yeah.
all the cool kids with the badges. Oh. All the cool, bless you. All the cool kids are saying two, but you go for whichever one you want. You've got about, not long, 2 or 3 minutes to get your vote in on that one. Very quickly, I'll show you these products in just a second. I just want to show you the pictures first. So the first picture is from Carol Guy. This is Lake Michigan, a picture of her neighbour's yard. That's looking out from her neighbour's yard to Lake Michigan.
Ooh.
Look at that.
Wow. Lovely.
That looks like it looks like the sea.
Yeah. I think it is a bit bigger than ours.
A little bit.
I think, yeah, we'll see, yeah.
So that's that one. Thank you. And this next photo, let's see what you think. So this is our friend Monica Kotul, who lives in Cluj-Napoca in Transylvania.
Oh, foul.
Yeah.
Fab. I mean, what did I say? Foul. Fab.
And I only remember that because in my little We Craft Everywhere song, it was the last place that I squeezed in.
Wow.
Cluj-Napoca. So this is her line. What do you reckon to that, Sheena?
Oh, yes. Wow.
That's brilliant, isn't it?
Absolutely fab. I love your grasses in the foreground. How cool are they?
Monica.
Rocking it. Absolutely. Yes. You've got to do more of that, Monica. Absolutely.
Yeah. Big thumbs up.
More of that.
That is incredible.
Winner, chicken dinner. Nice.
Winner, chicken dinner, Lake Man. I tell you what that was. What they'd say up here. Champion.
Yeah.
Champion, Monica. Way. Right. I'm going to show you some more products, Lake, that we've got on the show. First up, Lake, is the Hero Tool. The Hero Tool. This is a 24-hour deal. Or while stocks last. I think we've got big enough stock currently, so let's just say 24-hour only. Stamp cleaning station and solution collection, a great alternative to disposable wipes. I love that on the little L there. It's a great alternative. $15.10 is your gold price, or $20.09. So the platinum price on that is going to be ridiculous for a really, really great bit of kit. What you've got in here, if I get this out. It's a bit hard with me, dodgy finger. Oh, I've got poorly finger. Thank you, Lynn, by the way, for the love you sent through for my finger early on. There's a sentence I thought I wouldn't say. This is your stamp cleaning station. So you open it up. It's like a little compact, isn't it? A big compact. But you open it up. You've got 2 areas. So you're going to clean this side, dry this side. But then you're thinking, what am I going to clean it with? You've got your stamp cleaning solution. Now, 2 schools of thought here. I don't suppose it matters really which way you go. You can either spritz onto your stamp and clean and then dry, or I guess you could just like spritz it onto your mat.
Absolutely.
Doesn't really make any odds, does it?
Absolutely. It builds up on your mat as well if you close the thing. If you're doing a few, you wouldn't need to keep reloading it, Ben.
And the great thing is, if you get yours back and you're going, oh, my cleaning bit's got a corner nibbled out, it hasn't. It's got that there, so you can take it out and then you can clean the actual mat itself off. But very handy to have. And I know there are certain people here, present company I think excluded, but there are certain experts here who are bad for cleaning their stamps.
Oh, Craig fessed up earlier. He said he was a bad stamp cleaner, and I have been in the past. but I have suffered for it. I tell you what ink is the embossing ink. If that builds up, becomes like super glue. It's actually, I've torn bits of paper off trying to stamp with it when I've inked it up again. It's pulled the surface of the card up. It builds up. Yeah, don't leave that on. Just clean them.
Just clean them, and this is the way to do it today, but only for 24 hours, because that is our hero tool, Like Man. Now, demo of the show vote.
Ba, ba, ba. Ba.
2.
2. That was the lovely lady that requested the winter scene.
Yes, thank you. That was
Cheers
Lynn.
for that. I enjoyed doing that. That was lovely.
Have we got an overall vote now then? Have you got the ones from earlier?
Because we grouped this morning's and the earlier one together, so we've only got 2. They're kind of like, you can see the theme here, you can see what the guys were enjoying today when I show you. So if we say that's number 2 then, and number 1, these are together, that's 1.
Right.
So that was the one that we did earlier, the 2 that we did, and we counted it as 1.
So that's
vote.
1.
Yeah, that's 1. And then we have back to
2. Quick vote then, 1 or 2. You've got about 2 minutes to get your vote in. Lynn Harvey says, all of Sheena's demos have been amazing today. And Hannah says, I know what Craig was talking about now. I've been out of the loop a little bit today in Saraland. Yes, I know what the thing is now that he was talking about, but I'm not going to say what it is because I don't think I'm allowed to until tomorrow. But all I will say is there may tomorrow be a little code.
Oh.
That's all I'm saying. Is it the 27th tomorrow?
Yeah.
Because I'm looking over there, it says it's the 65th of July today, which has really confused me. There might be a code tomorrow. There might be a code. Tune into Wake Up Call. Me and Craig will bagel all day tomorrow. We've got a fantastic Wake Up Call show. We've got a craft along. And we have got a fantastic Club Inspire cartload for you too, so tune in. Quickly, whilst we're waiting for the results to come through, I'll show you these image sentiment dies, a 12-piece collection. You're also going to get quite nice as well, actually, a set of our Centura Pearl in the Hint of collections. This is the Snow White Hint of Gold, but these are fantastic. Again, quick, easy cards. If you want to put the sentiment at the focal point of what you're doing, these are brilliant, because what you get is you get the inner detail die, which has got all of your sentiment and the beautiful detail, and then you've got that outer matte and layer die as well. These are brilliant for simply just cutting out, adding a bit of colour to, and away you go. You've got your topper there, you've got your sentiment, whack it onto a card base, done. Quick, simple, easy. Your friendship means the world to me is the first one you're going to get. You're also going to get faith, love, and hope. No, read it right, Ben. Faith, hope, and love. Is that what I said? Yeah. You've also got Sheena. The thing that you dropped, sorry, it just distracted. It's rolled all the way over here. What was that?
I was never going to find it.
It's down there.
It was my eraser I brought. I've got a circular, like it looks like a disc.
Yeah.
And it is a disc because it's rolled right to the other side of the studio. And I'm looking. I would have been here all night.
I've got to be honest. You would have had the lights
closed down. You would have had the door shut. I'd still be looking for it.
I've got to be honest. At the corner of my eye, I thought it was a mouse running across the floor, and I was about to jump on top of the counter. You're also, it's just down here. You're also going to get in this set the Count Your Blessings. I always think that one would look very nice, sort of metallic or foiled. It's time to celebrate with cake. Lots of cake. You're also going to get thank you for everything you do. And then lastly, you have got If Friends Were Flowers, I Would Pick You. You've also got in the collection your 10 sheets of your Snow White as well, Hint of Gold, all included in that bundle. We got a winner, Sheena. We are almost out of time, but the demo of the day.
Ready? Which one?
Numero 2.
Number 2 was this one that we just did. There you go.
Fantastic.
Lovely.
What a show. Sheena, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Are you back with us next week?
I'm not next week. Designing week next week, the week after I'm back.
Well, we will look forward to it so much because it's always fun when you are in the house. We've had a great show. Well, I've had a great show today. I've only done one with you, but 3 fantastic shows. And we look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks' time. As I've said, loads coming up tomorrow. Make sure you're tuning in to Wake Up Call. We'll give you the full details of the little extra sneaky peeky thing that we're doing tomorrow. And everything, of course, continues as far as Club Inspire Week is concerned. We are... what are you talking about, Dean? What letter does what start with? Oh, no, you're not getting anything out of me. Oh, no, because then they'll be like, oh, Ben told us, and then I'll get in trouble. No. So all I will say is tune tomorrow morning. We'll give you the full lowdown and a great day lined up tomorrow, being Craig, a fantastic craft along, and of course we've got a big cartload show as part of Club Inspire Week. Thank you so much everybody today. Thank you to the whole team for a brilliant day. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday, and we'll see you back here tomorrow at Crafters TV. Until then, bye for now.